Hello YouTube, here I am again with hair that desperately needs a cut. A little bit drunk to make a video on some retarded people who oppose Obama's healthcare plans. Enjoy!
I want our leaders, the people like us, the left and the right, I want us to stand up to them and tell them, no, don't do this to us!
No, don't enact a policy that will make the poor be able to survive. We'd rather the people all die if they didn't have the money to get healthcare.
I would like to know exactly what's going on.
Yep, so would the rest of the people there.
Oh, I want Cuba where I can go down and get tissue paper, and I can't have tissue paper until the end of the year. Tell me about your beautiful healthcare.
Of course, in Cuba, healthcare just means they give you loo roll, and you can't get it for a year.
Get dirty thieves! Dirty thieves!
There should be enough.
Dirty thieves!
Thieving our right to die of common illnesses. Yes, thanks, love.
Society does not work apart from God and God's rules. He is the author of government. Our encouragement to America is to repent, turn back to the living God, fall on your face in humility and ask God to save your country. God will take care of health care. God will take care. The children of Israel wandered in the desert for 40 years and their sandals were not even worn out.
No, they didn't. You're believing fairy tales. What, God will take care of healthcare? Is that why life expectancy was about 25 until, science came up with healthcare and medicine? What was God doing then?
Right here. I got a book here called the USS Constitution. I'm sure everybody's seen this before.
Oh yeah, the USS Constitution. Isn't that a naval vessel?
And do you know what? I've read this book 3 times now.
3 times? Oh, did you hear that? 3 times.
And I've referenced it dozens of times, and I can't find one little paragraph in here that says that the government has the right to take over our health care.
That's because the Constitution was written by, men, and can be changed by men, like introducing government-funded healthcare.
If you're really sick, go home, die, because you won't make it to the doctor to see you before 3-4 weeks or longer. You need a kidney transplant. Why don't you just go to the beach, look at the ocean, and just forget about it?
I don't really need to say a great deal more about that, do I? I mean, I live in a country where we have an NHS. It may not be very good, but it's an NHS at least. And I can assure you I don't have to wait 4 weeks to go and see a doctor. I see them on the same day, or in a matter of days. In an urgent situation, I go into A&E and get seen instantly without having to pay for it. Like a civilized country.
Radical communists and socialists. Somebody ought to investigate that like Glenn Beck has been doing. I'm telling you right now, this whole Obama administration is unconstitutional.
You stupid motherfucker! 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 You stupid motherfucker!
It's exactly the things that Obama's doing are the exact things that Hitler did. So all you have to do is get some studying and look into it, and you can see for yourself, it's facts.
Yeah, we all remember Hitler with his NHS and his socialism.
If Obama and the party voted not to let health care go outside of state lines, how on earth could a health care initiative be proposed by somebody who wouldn't allow the citizens of the United States to get health care, proper care, right outside their own, outside with their neighbors? That's my question.
This is another step in the total takeover of our society. A total takeover.
If you do some homework and do some studying, you can see he's a radical communist, and he's a basic Muslim. And healthcare will just turn. This is the stepping stone for takeover, like communism, like Hitler did in Germany.
Yeah, Hitler, the communist. That's why the first people in concentration camps were communist. In other news, How can he be a Muslim and a communist? Communism by definition is secular.
I think he's a Marxist.
Well, Obama's a socialist. Obama's a Marxist, socialist.
I'm tired of looking at the TV and screaming and seeing what's going on with our country.
They're using a subjective criterion to determine the ordering of rights instead of an objective criterion to determine the ordering of rights. So what do you end up with? Civil wars and stuff like that.
He hopes. Listen to this retard. He doesn't even know what he's saying. And anyway, what are these subjective and objective criteria to give you the order of rights? Seriously, I'd like to know.
They need the wealthy! Help us! Have some tea!
Yep, you read that correctly. It says socialism is not American, profits are. I so hope that was a protester against that rally.
This healthcare bill to me is very scary because I know what happened in Germany under Hitler. It's beginning to look like déjà vu to me.
I'm sorry, what's all this about the Nazis having a wonderful healthcare system?
But what you're going to give us is the care of Zambia.
Yeah, Zambia and their world-famous NHS.
The brown shirts are going to be next year, and you know who that is. That's Acorn on the, what do you call that, volunteer group?
Yeah, trade unions, you know, sticking up for workers' rights, and volunteer groups, people doing things out of the goodness of their hearts. They're the people we should be really afraid of.
I think we're taking our first steps toward full-fledged socialism.
We do not need socialized medicine of any type. We need to have freedom of choice.
There is no choice in America. It's live if you can afford it, or die if you can't. That isn't freedom of choice. What choice anyway? What is the advantage of being able to choose a healthcare provider? So long as the service is good. If the service can be good in all healthcare provisions, then honestly I'd like to know in the bar below, if there is anything, what is the advantage of being able to choose a provider?
It's going to be your brown shirts. Next thing you're going to see is severe restriction of ammunition sale for guns.
Good. Maybe soon America won't have such a high rate of gun-related deaths. There was a stat from the mid-90s, amount of handgun deaths in a year, which says a lot. France got about 70, Germany got about 80, Britain got about 110, which is bad enough because we've got a smaller population in France and Germany. America, 33,000.
This is a government control of our economic and political system in this country, bar none. That's what it's all about. This is all smokescreen. It has nothing to do with health care, with everything to do with taking away our constitutional rights.
Oh my God, it's Jackie Chan!
Sorry, couldn't resist it. Apologies if that offended anyone. He's making out that the healthcare bill is just... It's nothing to do with healthcare. No, of course it isn't. That's why it's a healthcare bill. Yeah. It's just to seize control, a sort of evil conspiracy. Evil conspiracy.
And I do believe in Rick Roberts, Sean Hannity, and yes, for Michael Savage. They educated me. I was very ignorant. Now I am...
even more ignorant.
Either food is going to be very expensive, to shut off of the water to the grower in the Central Valley might be the first step.
Ja, mein Frau, ja. I didn't understand a word of that.
Either all beings of human origin are people, or some are. And if you say some, you are deciding that some people will decide who the people are. Guess where that goes? Hitler and everything else.
Guess where that goes? You rambling fucking bullshit. How can beings of human origin not be people?
Freedom! Freedom! I'll die for freedom.
Wish you'd fucking die for freedom now. Then again, if your healthcare reforms don't go through, you probably will.
This kind of thing leads to nothing but fascism and socialism.
Yeah, fascism and socialism. Two things that completely the opposite side of the political spectrum.
And we, as Americans, are not going to put up with this. Well, I'm telling you right now, we are the people, and we have finally awoken, and we are not going to stop until we take down this government.
You're not the only people, you fat blob. Right, thanks for watching. Please subscribe.